Hi everybody! So welcome to my first pregnancy vlog with baby number 2. I am so excited to be doing pregnancy vlogs again. It feels really weird to sit here and do a pregnancy vlog again because it seems like forever ago since I've done one. But I'm feeling really excited. The pregnancy is really starting to sink in now. I'd say it's taking a little bit longer for it to feel real this time compared to with Olivia, because Olivia was just so much more planned than this baby, but we're really excited and I have so much to talk about with you guys. Firstly, I am due June 18th, so it's going to be another summer baby. I'm really looking forward to an earlier summer due date as opposed to a later one this time. Hubby is probably going to be taking a lot more paternity time off this time. Here in Germany, we just found out we found out with Olivia like when she was already here, but if you apply early enough, you can get really good paternity leave options out there. Like some guys even take like a whole year. I don't think we're gonna go that far, but we may take up to 3 months. So it's exciting to think like, he could be here helping us out, getting adjusted to having 2 kids like the whole summer. So that's really cool. And I'm very certain about my dates since we only had unprotected sex one time. So it's pretty obvious when conception happened. Okay, so now onto the story of how this did happen. I'm sure a lot of you want to know. I've had a few people be confused about why we were so surprised since we were technically trying. It wasn't like, we were using protection. We actually did deliberately not use protection. But here's the story. So September 22nd was our anniversary and I got a positive ovulation test on our anniversary. I've been taking ovulation tests and kind of tracking my cycles ever since I got them back, just because I like being in the know about what my cycles are doing and what my body's doing. So I've been, tracking my periods for a long time, and I started noticing at around 10 months postpartum that my periods were getting really freakishly regular, like even more regular than they were with Olivia. I would get a positive ovulation test on cycle day 13 every single time, and also my periods would be 28 days long exactly. So yeah, and I got a positive ovulation test again on cycle day 13 on me and hubby's anniversary. Now the funny thing is we had sex on our anniversary. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that out there. Maybe that's too much information, but we did, it was our anniversary. And we actually used protection because I was still in a completely different mind frame. I was just, my normal self. I was like, no, I don't wanna have a baby yet. I was like, let's just, we use condoms as birth control. That's what we've been using since Olivia was born. So that time we used a condom. Now, 2 days go by and I'm pretty sure that I had already ovulated, and I was in kind of a weird mood because so many YouTube pregnancy announcements were going up, and I was just in a really weird mood. Things got really weird. I was kind of having a mental battle with myself. But then when it came down to it, I was like, hey, let's just see. Let's not use a condom. Let's just see what happens. It probably won't happen because I'm pretty sure I already ovulated. And yeah, so we ended up not using protection, and then there we go. Baby number 2 is on the way. We're mostly so surprised because of how quickly it happened, and also because I was in a completely different mind frame just 2 days before I decided to go for it. Also, I was having really mixed feelings and emotions after, I was really wanting to know. I was so eager to take a pregnancy test. That's why I ended up testing so early, is just because I wanted to know what it was going to be. I actually really didn't think I was going to end up pregnant. I actually started doing a fitness video series for Shaytober, and I was gonna upload a whole bunch of fitness vlogs, but then I got sick and pregnant. So yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of the story. I've also gotten a lot of questions about how we conceived Olivia and how long it took, because I was mentioning how long it took with her last time. It didn't technically take that long. I think that a lot of TTCers might get a little bit angry when I say that it took a long time with her, because it technically didn't compared to what other people go through. It was 6 tries total, but it was over a course of a year because we took a lot of breaks of TTC because I kept changing my mind and all that good stuff. So it took around 6 total months. I'd say you know, over a 1 year time span. Why else we're so surprised is that it just took one try in general. Like, it wasn't even like we had been trying for the whole cycle. It was like literally one time sex without protection. So that's why else it's so surprising to us. So yeah, so there we go. There's the story on how I got pregnant. I think a lot of you guys really were curious as to why we were so surprised and shocked. So now I guess I will just go ahead and get into my symptoms for this week. So first big one is sore nipples, but overall just sore breasts. It kind of feels like growing pains. They just feel very sore. Like, I remember with Olivia, I only had sore nipples at this stage. I didn't have the sore boobs until much later, but I feel like they're growing already, which is kind of strange because I'm still nursing her and I still plan to nurse her for quite a while. I don't really know how weaning her is gonna go, or if I'm gonna wean her, if I'm gonna tandem nurse yet. It's all just kind of something I'm trying to figure out. Every day that passes, nursing gets more and more painful because of the tenderness. So I've heard that after the first trimester, it tends to level out again, but it's been a challenge breastfeeding during this, you know, very tender stage. Next is I have already been experiencing round ligament pain. I think a lot of you guys know that I've been really sick, like really sick. I've been coughing like crazy and like wheezing, and I had a really bad flu, and so does Olivia, and I have a stuffy nose, just like everything you can imagine. If I have like a really ferocious cough, it'll really hurt sometimes, like my ligaments down there. Like, I can feel them kind of already pulling and stretching, which I didn't get that with Olivia till much later either. Next is I am feeling tired, but it's hard to tell if I'm tired because of the pregnancy or because of being sick. It's probably a little bit of everything. I mean, between being a nursing mom, being, you know, in the first trimester, and having a sick baby who's wanting to breastfeed all the time and being sick, it's definitely been hard to tell what the real reason is behind being sick or behind being tired. So definitely just feeling pretty tired, but I wouldn't say it's anything too serious yet. Next is I have been having some slight nausea, but again, I can't tell if it's just because of the sickness. I feel like maybe the nausea wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the fact that I was so phlegmy and always having to cough, and sometimes I have to, it's gonna sound gross, but I have to, like, you know, cough up a lot of phlegm. So, and sometimes that makes me feel like I'm gonna throw up. And my stomach's been a little bit more upset than usual, but I don't know if it's just because of the sickness. So last symptom is I have been getting some pimples here and there. I remember with Olivia, I did break out a little bit in the beginning, and it got worse around 8 weeks, and then it kind of leveled out again after 8 weeks. Okay, so moving on to cravings. No cravings yet, like nothing that I feel like, you know, something that just pops in my mind and I'm like, oh, I have to have that right now. But something that I've been eating a lot of lately is mushrooms, because they're in season and I just love mushrooms. I've been having, actually we've had mushroom pizza 3 days in a row. Also cashew butter. I love, I'm loving this mixture of like a rice cake with cashew butter on top. It's so good. I really would highly recommend that. So now on to weight. My pre-pregnancy weight for this pregnancy is 157 pounds. This was my weight 2 weeks ago, but I weighed myself today and I actually weigh 154 pounds. So that means I've lost like 3 pounds. I don't know if that's because of the sickness. It's weird because I feel like I've had an increase of appetite. I've been eating a lot of food, even so I've been really sick. I've had a normal appetite, but I have lost 3 pounds in the past 2 weeks. So for this week, I weigh 154 pounds, and that's about 10 pounds heavier than I was with my pregnancy with Olivia. My starting weight with Olivia was 145, but by the end of the first trimester I went down to 138 because I just couldn't eat anything with her. I lost a lot of weight then, so I don't know if it's going to be the same this time or not. I hope not, because it was really miserable, like not being able to find anything that I could eat. But yeah, so I am starting off, you know, a little heavier than I was with Olivia, but you know, it's not a big deal, I think. One thing I also did want to clarify is people keep asking me what my height is. I am 5'2", so I'm very short. A lot of people seem to think that I'm tall because I have such a high weight and people don't think I look that big. But I am really dense. I have really strong athletic build legs. So I think that I tend to weigh a little bit more, like my BMI tends to be a little higher than the average woman. So I'm also just kind of a fuller figure anyway. So it's just kind of normal for me to be around the for me, I think like my most comfortable weight is the 135 to 145 range. So yeah, I'm a little bit above that now, but I don't think it's anything too bad. As for gender, I did want to talk about something about the gender real quick. As a lot of you know, with Olivia, we didn't plan on finding out the sex with her, but we did. We ended up caving at our 20-week ultrasound scan. And I think for this baby, I really want to know. Finding out with Olivia was just such a great experience. I felt like I could bond with her so much more. I also have a friend who did both. Like for one of her pregnancies, she found out, and for one of her pregnancies, she didn't, and she really preferred the one when she found out. And I just really want to have that this time. And I think especially since this baby is such a surprise to us, it'll be really nice to know what we're having. And in terms of feelings, I don't really know yet. I don't have a preference at all. A lot of people have been asking me if we want a boy because we already have a girl. I would love to have 2 girls. I mean, all kids are such a blessing, and I'm just excited to be having another baby. Now moving on to kind of doctor's appointment and midwife appointment type stuff. So I don't plan on seeing an actual OB so long as everything is okay until the end of the first trimester. Reason for that being is, though I am not anti-ultrasound, I do like to keep them to a minimum unless absolutely necessary. I would prefer not to do any early ultrasound unless I had some kind of weird symptom where I should really go get it done. I really feel that ultrasounds have their place, and you know, every woman feels comfortable with a different system for them. And for me, I would just really prefer to avoid an ultrasound until the end of the first trimester. So in Germany, basically, if you go see an OB, the way that they diagnose pregnancy, I'm pretty sure you take a urine test, but they also like to do an ultrasound like the second you get in there. At least all the OBs around my area did with Olivia. So, I mean, I'm sure I could talk to them, you know, talk them out of it, but I would prefer to just see a midwife. I plan on doing a home birth this time around. There is just a huge practice of midwives here in Munich who do home births and everything, and I'm gonna go find one. I really liked the one I had last time for Olivia's birth, but her English wasn't that good, and I do speak German, but I would prefer somebody who speaks better English, but we'll see. Usually the midwives here, they like to see you at around 8 weeks, so I'll probably have an appointment around then unless something is wrong and I would need to get in contact with one of them sooner. Also, the doctor in my area that I would prefer to see, she takes emergency cases like during the week all the time, so that's good. And she'll take anybody at any time, and she was pretty nice. So, and on to how I am feeling spiritually and emotionally. I am feeling really, really good. I'm feeling very happy. I'm feeling very blessed, and I just feel awesome. So I'm just really excited about this whole thing. And oh, one more thing I did want to add before I go is we are looking into moving, because you guys know our place is teeny tiny, and Olivia will have her own room. So we think we may have found a place that we like. Fingers crossed that we get it. And I'll let you guys know how that journey goes along the way. So the last little thing that I would like to show you guys before I go is I got a new pregnancy app, and I really, really love it. And it's called Sprout. And I don't know if it's free. I think you just get like a free trial, and then you have to pay $5 or something like that if you want to keep it. I think I might keep it because I downloaded a whole bunch of other pregnancy apps, and this one is my favorite. So I think I might just buy it because I'm going to be able to use it for a whole 9 months. But here we go. Here's the baby at week 4. There is the little embryo getting all nestled up in the uterus. And what's cool about this app is like you can click on these little black dots, and it will give you like different information, and it also gives you weekly updates about what's going on with your baby and your body, but also daily, which is really fun. And there's like a little organizer in here where you can organize like with your to-do list, and newborn essentials, hospital bag, doctor visit planner. There is your weight tracker in here. What else is in here? I don't know, just all kinds of really cool stuff. I really like this app, and I think I may end up purchasing it after my trial's over. And also the baby is about the size of a poppy seed this week. I do believe that's what it was. I think so, I'm not sure. All right guys, but I'm gonna go, and I hope that you're all having a really good day, and I just want to send like really big amounts of baby dust out there. In our community, people are just getting pregnant like crazy, so I really hope that we can keep the good vibes going. Time for 4-week pregnant belly shot. Here's from the front with clothes on. There's from the side. Shirt up. There's from the front. And there's from the side. So that is the 4-week pregnant belly shot. Go ahead and check out my blog for pictures of the belly on there, as well as a written out update. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!